Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are giving Kikyo the life that she deserves. So in terms of custom content, I knew that I would need to download something for her, so I ended up using Cosplay Simmer's hair and outfit. A bow and arrow item comes with it, but I never like the items that come in Create-a-Sim kind of things because it seems weird to me that someone would just have their bow and arrow in their hand while they're trying to eat like breakfast, you know? So I didn't use that, but I used the outfit and hair. I wanted to make her visibly anime since last time that didn't really work, so I tried to like make her nose small and her eyes big without actually like crossing into the uncanny valley, and I think I did pretty well there. Last time I didn't do as well with that idea just because Julia and Spike are kind of, I don't know, Cowboy Bebop is styled very differently from Inuyasha, and it's definitely anime, but it's like less visibly anime, so I wanted to kind of bring that across. The fact that Kikyo is in Yashahime, even for a minute, is absolutely bonkers to me. Like, stop teasing me with what I could have had. Like, she got killed multiple times through the series, and I guess she showed up in flashbacks a lot, and I want to see that more. Like, basically what happened with me and Inuyasha was I watched it for a very long time, and then they killed Kikyo off. I think they, like, threw her into a miasma puddle, and there was a really sad song playing, and I lost my goddamn mind because I was 15. And, like, just all of that kind of blew up, I guess, and I just stopped watching it. And then I come to find out, like, now, like, 15 years on, like, hey, turns out Kikyo showed up more in, like, flashbacks and shit. And I guess that, like, Homeboy gave her his mother's makeup, and I'm like, bruh, that's crazy sauce to me, in a lot of ways, and we need to be calling Dr. Freud, but anyway. That's the reason that Kikyo has some red lips and red lipstick and that sort of thing in, like, in some of her outfits, but only really her party and formal. Otherwise, I just kind of tried to keep her in, just, you know, very simple clothes, like, not too flashy, very comfy. I just want her to be comfortable and to just have a good time. So with Kikyo's house, I actually made a blueprint going in. The name of the game was Simple and Elegant. I considered making it like a shrine or a castle, but she wanted to just be normal, so I just gave her like a normal house, but a really nice normal house. One reason that I'm releasing this today is because we recently got the Sims 4 Snowy Escape, which gave us a lot more Japanese culture-inspired items, and I wanted to use those, and I was very excited by the whole thing. The one thing I didn't get to use was the platform tool, but that's fine. Like, if her house doesn't have platforms, her house doesn't have platforms. But I still love the fact that we have them now. So I ended up fighting with the outside for a while, mostly because I was trying to make the front porch look nice. I knew that I wanted it to kind of wrap around the house, but I didn't want it to wrap around the whole house. So we have this little situation here where it's like coming up the sides, but not really. I also knew that I wanted to kind of have a rock garden in the back, and that was a goddamn nightmare to make it look okay, because I was pretty sure that it needed some kind of border, but I wasn't sure what to do for the border, so I was struggling. Part of me also wanted a pond, which you can see me like digging into the ground and then like redoing it because it doesn't look right. And that's because there's no pond tool. What the hell, Sims 4? You gave us, like, a lot of other shit. Give me a pond tool. As for the rock garden, I finally kind of found my way with it when I went ahead and actually looked up a reference picture and decided to just kind of put it in the corner and border it with a lot of decorative sorts of rocks. So that happened. As for the actual house itself, I put a meditation space in the upstairs, because I knew that I wanted it to kind of be like a 2-bedroom house, but I didn't want it to be, like, I didn't want her to, like, have to have a roommate or, like, a man or anything like that. I guess I could have, like, thrown Kaede in there as, like, a teenager, but I didn't think to do that until the house was complete, and I just didn't feel like going back in. I gave her kind of a water closet downstairs more than an actual bathroom, but I gave her a more luxurious bath upstairs, and I think that's the only time during this build that I messed with platforms, and that was just to get the bath sort of up, but I think it looks nice. I absolutely love the new build items. If I was struggling to fill a space, I tried to fill it with one of the new build items. One of my favorite features of this house, number one, is the kotatsu. I just love that there's a kotatsu in there. I've never actually used one, but I'm in love with the concept of just table, but comfy. So I knew that I wanted Kikyo to have one of those, and I put it in her living room, so she'll probably use that. If I have a complaint about the house itself, not any of the items with it, but the house itself, it's that it ended up too dark, and that's probably my fault. I think I just like gravitate towards darker builds, but at the same time, it's very on brand for Kikyo to have like a really nice house, but it's also very dark. About the fences, so security was kind of the name of the game when I was making the fences. Because I knew that, you know, Kikyo's had a hard time, mostly with Naraku, that's on him. So I wanted her to kind of feel secure in her environment, and to me that meant like a taller fence. I actually work in a place where security is kind of the name of the game. So when I first started working, we had a lot of talks about like, here's the house and here's what makes it safe. And like from the outside it looks like, you know, just a normal house in the city I live in. But then like if you start to break it down, you're like, oh, this is a secured location. Oh, okay. And I kind of wanted Kikyo's house to have this, like, not the same vibe, but a similar vibe where it's, like, normal but secured. Like, you can tell that somebody took some time and was like, no, this needs to be a safe spot. If you were looking for, like, a recommendation on a pack, like, if, gun to your head, you can only have one Sims pack, I'm gonna say to get this one because it's really good. I think that all of the build items are really useful, both in and out of the house. I like the salary person career that comes with the pack, and the fact that you can just make them work overtime and not have to worry about that sim for 12 hours. I like the little detail about them taking their shoes on and off when they enter and leave the house, and I kind of wish that you could expand that trait to other lots. Overall, I just think that it's a really good pack, and I'm glad that I, you know, took the time to make Kikyo with it. I think that I'm giving her the life she deserves and doing right by her. One thing that I did not give Kikyo was a man. And whether that's Inuyasha, or Lord Hakushin, or Naraku, like, no, honey, no. You're better by yourself. I know that 13-year-old me is absolutely scandalized that I just kind of left Inuyasha out of the picture. I don't care. He doesn't need to be here. And so this is the life that I have in mind for Kikyo, where she just kind of lives her life, does her thing, enjoys her home. And that's just kind of what she wanted in the anime, and I hope that I did her right by giving that to her. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And follow me on social media to see other things that I'm up to, including the fact that I got TikTok now. So expect a lot of really cringy videos about how much of a crush I have on Albert Wesker. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.